First contact and cultural clash. The Starship Horizon hung in geosynchronous orbit above Earth, its sleek hull glinting in the sunlight. Inside, Captain Sarah Chen stood at the observation deck, her dark eyes fixed on the swirling blue and white planet below. It was hard to believe that just 6 months ago, humanity had made its first contact with an alien civilization. The Zarnay, a highly advanced species from a distant star system, had arrived in Earth's solar system with technology beyond humanity's wildest dreams. Their faster-than-light travel capabilities and matter manipulation devices had sent shockwaves through human society. But it wasn't their technological prowess that had truly rattled Earth's inhabitants. It was their offer. Captain Chen, a voice crackled over the intercom. The Zarnay delegation is ready for transport. Sarah took a deep breath, straightening her crisp Navy uniform. Acknowledged. I'm on my way to the transporter room. As she strode through the corridors of the Horizon, Sarah couldn't shake the nervous energy coursing through her veins. This meeting could change the course of human history. The Zarnay had proposed a cultural exchange program, offering to share their advanced technology in return for human creativity. The concept had baffled Earth's leaders at first. The Zarnay, despite their incredible scientific achievements, claimed to lack the spark of imagination that humans possessed in abundance. They were fascinated by Earth's art, music, and literature, seeing in humanity a wellspring of innovation they desperately craved. Sarah entered the transporter room, nodding to her chief engineer, Dr. Raj Patel. "Are we ready, Raj?" The engineer's fingers danced across the control panel. "All systems go, Captain. Initiating transport now." A shimmer of light filled the room, coalescing into 3 tall, willowy figures. The Zarnay stood nearly 8 feet tall, their iridescent skin-shifting colors like oil on water. Their large, multifaceted eyes blinked in unison as they took in their surroundings. "Welcome aboard the Horizon," Sarah said, stepping forward with a practiced smile. "I'm Captain Sarah Chen. On behalf of the United Earth Government, I'm honored to host you." The Central Zarnay inclined its head, a gesture they had adopted from human customs. "Greetings, Captain Chen. I am Salta, lead cultural liaison for the Zarnay Collective. These are my associates, Vreen and Zolax." As they exchanged pleasantries, Sarah couldn't help but marvel at the aliens' otherworldly beauty. Their movements were fluid, almost hypnotic, and their voices carried a musical quality that no human throat could replicate. "If you'll follow me," Sarah said, gesturing towards the door, "I'll show you to your quarters, and then we can begin our cultural orientation." As they walked through the ship, Sarah noticed the Zarnay's fascination with every detail, the curve of the walls, the hum of the engines, even the simple paintings hung in the corridors. Salta paused before a vibrant abstract piece, its multifaceted eyes widening. "Fascinating," Salta murmured. "The colors, the composition. It stirs something within me that I cannot quantify. How do your kind create such emotion from mere pigments?" Sarah smiled, a hint of pride in her voice. "That's the beauty of human creativity, Salta. It's not something we can always explain or replicate. It comes from a place of intuition, emotion, and sometimes even chaos." Salta's skin rippled with shades of blue and green, a sign of deep contemplation. "Chaos. Yes, we have observed this in your species. It both intrigues and unsettles us. Your unpredictability is disquieting." The captain's smile faltered slightly. "I understand our ways might seem strange to you, but I assure you, it's that very unpredictability that has driven our greatest achievements." They reached the guest quarters, a suite specially designed to accommodate the Zarnay's unique physiology. As the aliens settled in, Sarah couldn't shake a growing sense of unease. The cultural gap between humans and Zarnay suddenly seemed vast and treacherous. Over the next few days, the cultural exchange began in earnest. The Zarnay were introduced to a carefully curated selection of Earth's greatest artistic and cultural achievements. They attended virtual concerts, explored digital museums, and engaged in discussions with leading human thinkers. But as the days wore on, it became clear that bridging the gap between human and Zarnay understanding would be no easy task. The aliens struggled to grasp the nuances of human emotion, the subtleties of irony and metaphor. They approached art and literature with an almost clinical detachment, dissecting rather than experiencing. Tensions began to simmer beneath the surface of polite interactions. The human crew grew frustrated with Zarnay's literal interpretations and lack of emotional response. The aliens, in turn, became increasingly perplexed by what they perceived as human irrationality. The breaking point came during a demonstration of human music. A string quartet had been brought aboard to perform a selection of classical pieces. As the musicians poured their hearts into a passionate rendition of Beethoven's String Quartet No. 14, Sarah noticed the Zarnay's growing discomfort. Halfway through the performance, Salter abruptly stood, its skin flashing alarming shades of red and violet. "Enough," it declared, voice quivering with an emotion Sarah couldn't identify. This is too much. The discord, the intensity, it overwhelms our senses." The music screeched to a halt, the musicians staring in shock. Sarah quickly intervened, trying to smooth over the situation, but the damage was done. The Zarnay retreated to their quarters, leaving a wake of confusion and disappointment. Later that evening, Sarah sat in her ready room, head in her hands. The cultural exchange, Earth's great hope for a peaceful and mutually beneficial relationship with the Zarnay, was on the brink of collapse. How could they bridge a gap that seemed to widen with every interaction? A chime at her door roused her from her thoughts. "Enter," she called, straightening in her chair. To her surprise, it was Skolto who glided into the room. The alien's skin had settled into a muted, pearlescent sheen, a color Sarah had come to associate with calm reflection. "Captain Chen," Skolto began, its voice soft. "I must apologize for my earlier outburst. We have been struggling to process the intensity of human expression." Sarah leaned forward, sensing a crucial moment. "There's no need to apologize, Salter. We understand this is a significant adjustment for both our species. Perhaps we've been pushing too hard, too fast." Salter's eyes shimmered, reflecting the starlight streaming through the viewport. "Perhaps. But I have been thinking, Captain, the very chaos that unsettles us, it is also what draws us to your kind. Your art, your music, they are raw, untamed. They make us feel in ways we never have before." A spark of hope ignited in Sarah's chest. And isn't that the point of art? To make us feel, to challenge us, to show us new perspectives. "Indeed," Salter agreed, a hint of wonder creeping into its voice. "I believe we have been approaching this exchange incorrectly. We sought to understand, to categorize and analyze. But perhaps we need to simply experience." Sarah stood, moving to stand beside the alien at the viewport. Together, they gazed out at the star-studded expanse of space. "That's a very human perspective, Salter," she said with a smile. "Maybe our species aren't so different after all." As they stood there, human and alien side by side, Sarah felt a renewed sense of hope. The road ahead would be challenging, filled with misunderstandings and cultural pitfalls. But in this moment of shared understanding, she saw the potential for something truly remarkable, a fusion of human creativity and Zarnay technology that could reshape the galaxy. The first step had been taken. Now, it was up to both species to navigate the complex dance of interstellar diplomacy and cultural exchange. As the Horizon continued its orbit around Earth, Captain Sarah Chen allowed herself a moment of optimism. Whatever challenges lay ahead, humanity would face them with the same spirit of innovation and adaptability that had brought them to the stars. The adventure was just beginning, unexpected alliance and scientific breakthrough. The observation deck of the Horizon hummed with nervous energy as Captain Sarah Chen paced back and forth. It had been 3 weeks since the cultural exchange with the Zarnay began, and while progress had been made, tensions still simmered beneath the surface. Today, however, promised to be different. "Captain," Dr. Raj Patel's voice crackled over the intercom, "you're going to want to see this." Sarah's heart raced as she hurried to the science lab. The sight that greeted her was unlike anything she'd ever seen. Holograms danced in the air, a swirling symphony of light and color that seemed to defy the laws of physics. At the center of it all stood Salter and Raj, their faces, or in Salter's case, its color-shifting skin, alight with excitement. "What am I looking at?" Sarah asked, her eyes wide with wonder. Raj grinned, his usual reserved demeanor replaced by barely contained enthusiasm. "We're calling it quantum harmonics. It's a fusion of Zarne matter manipulation technology and human music theory." "Zoltar, show her." The alien liaison raised its long, slender arms, and the holographic display pulsed in response. As Salter moved, the lights shifted and swirled, creating patterns that seemed to ripple through the very fabric of space-time. "It's beautiful," Sarah breathed, "but what does it do?" Salter's skin shimmered with pride. "Captain Chen, what you're witnessing is the birth of a new form of communication. One that transcends language, even thought itself. It's pure emotion, pure creativity, translated into quantum fluctuations." Reg nodded eagerly. "We stumbled upon it by accident. I was trying to explain the concept of jazz improvisation to Salter, and well, things got a little weird." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "Weird how?" "I believe the human term is jam session," Salter interjected. Dr. Patel began to scat, I believe it's called. As he vocalized, I attempted to visualize the sound waves using our matter manipulation devices. The result was unexpected. Raj laughed. "Unexpected is an understatement. We nearly blew out the ship's power grid. But once we stabilized it, we realized we'd stumbled onto something revolutionary." As Sarah watched the swirling display, her mind raced with the implications. This could change everything. Not just human-Zarne relations, but how we interact with all alien species. Salter's skin pulsed with a deep, rich purple, a color Sarah had come to associate with profound emotion. "Indeed, Captain, but there's more. We believe this technology could have applications far beyond communication." Before Salter could elaborate, alarms blared throughout the ship. Sarah's comm badge chirped urgently. "Captain to the bridge immediately." The trio rushed to the command center, the excitement of their discovery tempered by the sudden crisis. As they burst onto the bridge, Sarah's blood ran cold at the sight before her. On the main view screen, a massive asteroid hurtled through space directly towards Earth. It was easily the size of Manhattan, its pockmarked surface glowing an ominous red as it entered the outer edges of Earth's atmosphere. "Report," Sarah barked, sliding into the captain's chair. Her tactical officer, Lieutenant Yuki Tanaka, responded with clipped precision. "Asteroid detected 15 minutes ago, ma'am. It wasn't there on our last scan. It's as if it appeared out of nowhere." Sarah's mind reeled. An asteroid that size couldn't just materialize. Unless... She turned to Salter, whose skin had paled to a sickly gray. "Is this your people's doing?" The alien shook its head vehemently. "No, Captain. We would never. This is not our way." "Then woe?" Sarah's question was cut short as the view screen flickered, revealing a face that sent shockwaves through the bridge. The being that appeared was unmistakably Zarne, but unlike any they'd encountered. Its skin was a deep, angry red, its eyes glowing with malevolence. When it spoke, its voice dripped with disdain. "Greetings, insects. I am Vexicor, purifier of worlds. Your pitiful attempt at cultural exchange ends now. Either surrender your planet and submit to Zarne rule, or watch as we cleanse it from existence." As the horizon hung in orbit around a grateful Earth, its crew, human and alien alike, stood poised on the brink of a new era. The stars beckoned, full of danger and possibility. And humanity, with its boundless creativity and newfound alien allies, was ready to answer the call. The adventure of a lifetime awaited, and this time, the entire galaxy would bear witness to the indomitable spirit of humanity, galactic revolution and human ingenuity. The horizon streaked through hyperspace, its quantum-enhanced engines propelling it faster than any human vessel had ever traveled. In the ship's newly christened harmonic chamber, Captain Sarah Chen watched in awe as Salter, their transformed Zarnay ally, manipulated reality itself. Swirling galaxies and nebulae danced around them, a cosmic ballet that defied comprehension. But Sarah's attention was fixed on a pulsing red dot amidst the stellar tapestry. There, Zolta's voice resonated, filled with newfound power. The Purifier's stronghold, hidden in the heart of a dying star. Dr. Raj Patel, his usual lab coat replaced by a sleek exosuit, whistled low. A Dyson sphere, that's some next-level engineering. Not just any Dyson sphere, Sarah murmured, her tactical mind racing. Look at the energy readings, it's weaponized. Lieutenant Yuki Tanaka's hologram flickered to life beside them, her avatar's eyes wide. Captain, if those readings are correct, that thing could sterilize entire star systems with a single blast. The weight of their discovery settled heavily on the room. The Purifiers, once thought to be mere myth, now posed an existential threat to all life in the galaxy. We need a plan, Sarah declared, her voice steady despite the fear gnawing at her gut. Salter, what can you tell us about Purifier defenses? The transformed Zarnay's skin rippled with complex patterns, a visual representation of their thoughts. Their technology is beyond even standard Zarnay understanding. Quantum shields, reality warping weapons, time dilation fields. A direct assault would be suicide. Ray's face lit up with a manic grin. Then we don't assault, we infiltrate. All eyes turned to the scientist. Sarah raised an eyebrow. I'm listening. Okay, bear with me, Raj began, his hands moving animatedly. We've been approaching this all wrong. We're thinking like soldiers, when we should be thinking like humans. He gestured to the swirling cosmic display around them. Salter's transformation proved that there's a fundamental connection between human creativity and the fabric of space-time. What if we weaponize that? Sarah's brow furrowed. Weaponize creativity? How? Ray's grin widened. 2 words, meme warfare. A beat of silence followed, broken by Yuki's incredulous laugh. You want to fight an advanced alien race with memes. Not just memes, Raj countered. Memetic algorithms. We seed their network with viral ideas, concepts so compelling and chaotic that they can't help but spread. We overload their hyper-logical minds with the beautiful insanity of human culture. Zelta's skin pulsed with rapid color changes, a sign of intense computation. It could work. The Purifiers, for all their advancement, lack the adaptability of human minds. A sufficiently complex memetic attack could create a cascade failure in their cognitive networks. Sarah nodded slowly, the beginnings of a plan forming. So we hit them with a digital culture bomb. But how do we deliver it? That's where I come in, Yuki chimed in, her holographic form straightening. I've been working on a stealth drone program, quantum-cloaked, capable of facing through solid matter. We could slip past their defenses and upload our memetic payload directly into their mainframe. And once their network is compromised, Salter added, I could use my connection to the quantum fabric to amplify the effect. We could potentially rewrite their entire collective consciousness. Sarah felt a spark of hope ignite in her chest. It was audacious, borderline insane, but it just might work. All right, team, let's make it happen. Raj, start compiling the most mind-bending aspects of human culture you can think of. Yuki, prep your drones. Salter, do whatever it is you do now. As the team dispersed, Sarah couldn't help but marvel at the absurdity of their plan. They were about to take on the most advanced and dangerous force in the galaxy armed with TikTok dances and cat videos. The next 48 hours were a whirlwind of activity. Rage dove deep into the annals of human pop culture, emerging with a mimetic cocktail that threatened to break reality itself. Yuki's fingers flew across holographic interfaces, programming her quantum drones with an array of evasion algorithms that bordered on precognition. And Zolta communed with the universe itself, preparing to channel the full might of human creativity through the quantum fabric of space-time. As the horizon approached the purifier Dyson sphere, cloaked in layers of stealth technology and quantum distortion fields, Sarah addressed her crew one last time. "I won't lie to you," she began, her voice carrying to every corner of the ship. "What we're about to attempt is unprecedented, dangerous, some might even say impossible. But that's what humanity does best. We take the impossible and make it our bitch." A cheer went up through the ship, a battle cry that echoed through the halls. The purifiers think they have us outgunned, outmaneuvered, and outthought. They're half right, but they've never faced anything like us before. We're going to hit them with every ounce of human insanity we can muster. We're going to show them that in a universe of order and logic, chaos is the ultimate weapon. Sarah's eyes blazed with determination. "Today, we fight not just for Earth, not just for the Zarnay, but for every sentient being in this galaxy who's ever looked up at the stars and dared to dream. Today, we prove that humanity's greatest strength isn't our technology or our weapons, but our boundless, beautiful, batshit crazy imagination." The bridge erupted in applause and war cries. Sarah turned to her team, a fierce grin on her face. "Let's go rewrite some alien minds." What followed would later be known as the Great Meme War of the Galactic Core. Yuki's drones, piloted with inhuman precision, slipped through quantum fluctuations in the Dyson sphere's defenses. They carried within them the distilled essence of human culture, a digital payload that defied description. As the mimetic virus took hold, the purifier network lit up like a Christmas tree on acid. Fractal patterns of information spread through their collective consciousness, overwriting eons of cold logic with the warm, chaotic embrace of human creativity. From the harmonic chamber, Zolta channeled the full might of the quantum realm, amplifying the effect to reality-warping levels. The Dyson sphere itself began to transform, its sleek, utilitarian surfaces erupting in a riot of color and impossible geometries. On the bridge, Sarah and her crew watched in awe as the greatest weapon of mass destruction ever conceived transformed into the galaxy's largest art installation. But the purifiers didn't go down without a fight. As their minds were overwhelmed with human memes and cultural tapstones, they lashed out with the full might of their advanced weaponry. Reality itself buckled under the assault, space-time twisting into knots around the horizon. Hull breach on decks 4 through 7. Yuki shouted over the cacophony of alarms. "Quantum fluctuations are tearing us apart." Sarah gripped her chair, knuckles white. "Rage, we need more. Hit them with everything we've got." In the harmonic chamber, Rage's fingers flew across holographic interfaces, initiating mimetic overload. "Captain, if this doesn't work, the feedback could fry every neural network in a 10-light-year radius, including ours." Sarah closed her eyes, feeling the ship shudder around her. In that moment, she saw flashes of Earth, of her family, of every human who had ever gazed up at the stars in wonder. She saw Zolta and the promise of a new era of cooperation between species. She saw a future worth fighting for. Her eyes snapped open, blazing with determination. "Do it." Raj slammed his hand down on the activation panel. The horizon lit up like a supernova, channeling more energy than 1,000 suns. Every meme, every song, every piece of art humanity had ever created poured through its systems and into the purifier network. For a moment that stretched into eternity, the universe held its breath. Then, like a cosmic dam bursting, reality itself seemed to hiccup. The Dyson sphere rippled, its surface flowing like liquid mercury. And from within its core came a sound that defied description, part laughter, part song, part primal scream of creation. The purifiers, their minds irrevocably altered by the full force of human culture, underwent a transformation beyond imagination. Their weapons of mass destruction became instruments of cosmic art. Their logic-driven minds blossomed with newfound creativity. As the energy waves subsided, Sarah opened her eyes to a transformed galaxy. The Dyson sphere now pulsed with vibrant life, a beacon of art and innovation visible from billions of light-years away. And surrounding the horizon were thousands of ships, the transformed purifier fleet, their hulls now painted in riotous colors and impossible patterns. A transmission crackled through, and a familiar yet changed voice filled the bridge. Captain Chen, Vexicor, the once terrifying purifier leader, spoke. But gone was the cold disdain, replaced by wonder and, was that humor? I must say, your species' rickroll concept is particularly inspired. We surrender unconditionally and humbly request your playlist. Sarah let out a disbelieving laugh, tears of joy and relief streaming down her face. They had done it. Humanity, armed with nothing but its chaotic creativity, had defeated the greatest threat the galaxy had ever known. As the crew of the Horizon celebrated, Sarah gazed out at the transformed Dyson sphere, now a monument to the power of human imagination. She knew that the real work was just beginning. There would be challenges ahead, integrating the transformed purifiers into galactic society, sharing the gift of human creativity responsibly, navigating the complex waters of interstellar politics. But looking at her crew, human, Zane, and now even reformed purifier, Sarah felt a swell of pride and hope. Humanity had proven itself on the galactic stage, not through force of arms, but through the strength of its ideas and the boundless depths of its creativity. The stars stretched out before them, no longer a frontier to be conquered, but a canvas awaiting humanity's unique touch. And as the Horizon prepared to journey into this brave new galaxy, Sarah knew one thing for certain: the universe would never be the same again. Multiversal meme mayhem. The Horizon drifted through the shimmering nebula that had once been the fearsome purified Dyson sphere. Captain Sarah Chen stood on the observation deck, marveling at the swirling colors and impossible shapes that now decorated the massive structure. It was as if Salvador Dali and Stephen Hawking had collaborated on a cosmic art project. Captain, Zalta's voice resonated from everywhere and nowhere at once. We're receiving a transmission. It's unlike anything I've ever encountered. Sarah raised an eyebrow. Put it through. The air in front of her rippled, and suddenly she was face to face with herself. But not quite. This Sarah Chen wore an eye patch and had a mechanical arm that crackled with energy. Well, eye patch, Sarah smirked. Looks like the multiverse just got a lot more interesting. Sarah blinked, her mind reeling. I'm sorry, the what now? Multiverse, sweetheart. Infinite realities, infinite possibilities. And you just blew the doors wide open with your little meme stunt. Before Sarah could respond, the image flickered, replaced by another version of herself, this one with glowing green eyes and vine-like tendrils growing from her scalp. The great meme war sent ripples through the quantum foam, Plant Sarah explained, her voice tinged with an otherworldly echo. You've created bridges between realities. Congratulations, you've just invented multiversal shitposting. Sarah's head spun. Xolta, are you seeing this? The transformed Zarnai materialized beside her, their form now a swirling vortex of cosmic energy, barely contained in a humanoid shape. Indeed, Captain, it appears our mimetic assault had unforeseen consequences. The air around them filled with dozens of holographic windows, each showing a different version of reality. In one, Earth was a thriving ecotopia. In another, it was a steampunk wonderland of brass and steam. And in yet another, is that me riding a T-Rex into battle against robot Vikings? Sarah gasped. Oh yeah, eye patch. Sarah grinned. That's Earth 42,069. They really lean into the whole awesome thing. Dr. Raj Patel burst onto the observation deck, his hair wild and eyes wide with excitement. "Captain, you won't believe what I've discovered. The memes, they're not just data anymore. They've become sentient." As if on cue, a familiar face appeared in one of the holographic windows. It was an ancient meme, one that had been all but forgotten in their time. A crudely drawn stick figure with a cheesy grin. "Icon has multiversal domination," the trollface meme asked, its voice a nightmarish blend of dial-up internet sounds and auto-tuned cat meows. Sarah's blood ran cold. Oh no. Alarms blared throughout the ship as reality itself seemed to hiccup. The holographic windows flickered and warped, memes from 1,000 different timelines bleeding into one another. Sarah's blood ran cold. Oh no. Alarms blared throughout the ship as reality itself seemed to hiccup. The holographic windows flickered and warped, memes from 1,000 different timelines bleeding into one another. "It's a mimetic invasion," Raj shouted over the chaos. "They're crossing between realities, infecting every universe they touch." Sarah's tactical mind kicked into overdrive. "Salter, can you contain this?" The cosmic entity that had once been their Zarnai alley pulsed with uncertainty. I don't know, Captain. The scale of this is beyond even my enhanced comprehension." As if things couldn't get any stranger, a new figure materialized on the deck. It was a being of pure light, vaguely humanoid but constantly shifting form. "Greetings, Menesmis," the being's voice reverberated through their very souls. "I am the Meme Guardian, protector of the cosmic joke. Your actions have unleashed chaos across the multiverse. The punchline approaches." Sarah stood tall, facing the luminous entity. "We didn't mean for this to happen. How do we stop it?" The Meme Guardian's form rippled with what might have been amusement. "Stop it? Oh, my dear Captain, you misunderstand. This is not a crisis to be averted. It is an opportunity to be seized." With a gesture, the being expanded the holographic displays, showing them the full scope of the multiversal meme outbreak. Worlds were being transformed, realities reshaped by the power of human creativity unleashed. "Behold," the Guardian intoned, "the birth of the memiversal collective unconscious. A network of shared imaginations spanning all realities." Ray's eyes lit up with understanding. "Of course, it's not an invasion, it's a revolution. We're breaking down the barriers between universes, creating a shared culture that transcends time and space." Sarah watched in awe as memes from her Earth merged with alien concepts from distant realities, birthing new ideas that defied description. It was beautiful, terrifying, and absolutely insane. "But what about the sentient memes?" she asked, eyeing the trollface warily. "Are they a threat?" The Meme Guardian's form shimmered with mirth. "They are the antibodies of the multiverse, Captain. Chaos given form to combat the stagnation of rigid reality. Embrace them, and you embrace the full potential of creation itself." Sarah took a deep breath, feeling the weight of infinite possibilities pressing down on her. She turned to her motley crew, the human scientist, the cosmic entity that was once a Zarnai, and now a pantheon of alternate selves from across the multiverse. "Well," she said with a wry smile, "I guess we're not just saving the galaxy anymore. We're reinventing reality itself. Who's up for some multiversal community organizing?" A cheer went up across dimensions. Eye-patch Sarah raised a flask in salute, while Plant Sarah's tendrils waved enthusiastically. Even the trollface meme seemed to grin wider in approval. And so began the greatest collaboration in the history of, well, everything. The crew of the Horizon, now expanded to include versions of themselves from countless realities, set about harnessing the power of the memiversal collective unconscious. They established the Multiversal Meme Council, a governing body to guide the flow of ideas across realities. Raj worked with his alternate selves to develop a universal translator that could convert any concept into a universally understandable meme format. Zoltar, with their mastery of quantum mechanics, became the chief architect of the interdimensional meme highways. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Rogue memes, drunk on their newfound sentience, sometimes went on cosmic pranking sprees. The crew had to contend with everything from planets suddenly speaking entirely in lolcat to entire galaxies being rickrolled into different dimensions. And then there was the looming threat of the anti-meme, a concept so bland, so devoid of humor or creativity, that it threatened to unravel the very fabric of the Meniversal collective unconscious. Sarah found herself leading missions across realities, joining forces with versions of herself she never could have imagined. There was Ninja Sarah, master of the shadow arts; Mecha Sarah, piloting a giant robot fueled by the power of friendship; even Mermaid Sarah, who somehow managed to be an effective starship captain despite the obvious logistical challenges. Together, they faced challenges that defied conventional logic. They had to rescue an entire universe that had been compressed into a single, unimaginably dense meme, a task that required them to literally expand brain on a cosmic scale. They navigated the perilous whoosh gardens, where every joke that had ever gone over someone's head had manifest as carnivorous plant life. They even had to negotiate a peace treaty with the Grammar Nisus, a terrifying alternate Earth where misplaced apostrophes were punishable by death. Through it all, Sarah marveled at the incredible adaptability of the human spirit. In every reality, in every bizarre situation, humans found a way not just to survive, but to thrive. To take the insanity of an infinite multiverse and turn it into the biggest, most elaborate inside joke in the history of existence. As she stood on the bridge of the horizon, now capable of surfing the mean streams between realities, Sarah felt a swell of pride. Humanity had done more than prove itself on a galactic stage. It had become the driving force of creativity across all of existence. The universe, no, the multiverse, would never be the same. And that was exactly how Sarah liked it. "All right, crew," she called out, her voice carrying across dimensions. "Let's go make some more dank multiversal memes. For science, for humanity, and for the lols." A multiversal cheer erupted as the horizon plunged into the swirling vortex of meme space, ready for whatever insane adventure awaited them next. The omniversal meme singularity. The horizon surfed the edge of a mimetic wavefront, riding the cusp between realities. Captain Sarah Chen, her crew now a motley assortment of alternate selves and sentient memes, faced their greatest challenge yet. "Status report," Sarah barked, her voice echoing across dimensions. Ninja Sarah backflipped into view, landing in a three-point stance. "The anti-meme is spreading, Captain. Entire universes are going normie." A collective gasp rippled through the multiverse. "It's worse than we thought," Mecha Sarah's voice boomed from her giant robot cockpit. "The anti-meme is evolving. It's not just bland anymore, it's weaponizing cringe." Xaltor, now a swirling vortex of cosmic meme energy, pulsed with concern. "Captain, we're detecting a massive concentration of anti-meme energy. It's forming a cringed singularity." Sarah's blood ran cold. Dear God, they're trying to cancel the entire multiverse. The main view screen flickered to life, showing a tear in the fabric of meme space. Beyond it lurked a void of pure, unadulterated basickness. Live, laugh, love signs stretched into infinity. Minion memes, long thought eradicated, multiplied like a virus. "We can't let it spread," Sarah declared, her jaw set with determination. "Reg, give me options." Dr. Raj Patel, his lab coat now a dazzling array of animated GIFs, pulled up a holographic display. "I've been working on something, Captain. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. I call it the Omega Meme." "The what now?" Rage's eyes gleamed with mad scientist energy. "The Omega Meme, the ultimate joke. A meme so powerful, so transcendent, that it can rewrite the fundamental laws of the omniverse." Sarah raised an eyebrow. "And let me guess, this Omega Meme is humanity itself," Raj finished with a flourish. "Think about it, Captain. What's more absurd, more paradoxical, more meme-worthy than the human race? a species that can contemplate the nature of existence while also inventing the Tide Pod Challenge. The crew exchanged glances, a ripple of understanding passing through them. But how do we weaponize ourselves? Mermaid Sarah asked, somehow managing to look quizzical while also keeping her floating water bubble intact. The Men Guardian materialized, its form a kaleidoscope of every meme that had ever existed. To defeat the cringe singularity, you must fully embrace your humanity, your chaos, your beautiful, terrible potential. You must become the ultimate shitpost, the Guardian intoned. Sarah took a deep breath, feeling the weight of infinite realities on her shoulders. All right, crew, let's make history, and also break it a little. Initiate Omega Mem Protocol. What followed was a montage that defied description, a speed run through the entire history of human absurdity. They Naruto ran into Area 51, clapping alien cheeks across dimensions. They staged a multiverse-wide revival of Vine, birthing memes that transcended language and logic. They rickrolled the very concept of time itself, never gonna give you upping their way through the past, present, and future simultaneously. They introduced the This Is Fine dog to eldritch horrors from beyond the veil, creating support groups for cosmic entities dealing with existential dread. As they embraced the full spectrum of human ridiculousness, something incredible began to happen. The ship, the crew, reality itself, everything started to merge, fueled by the power of pure, unfiltered human meme magic. Sarah felt herself expanding, her consciousness merging with her alternate selves, with her crew, with every human across every reality. They became a singular entity of pure meme, a being of unimaginable power and questionable taste in internet humor. As they approached the cringe singularity, now a colossal mass of basic energy that threatened to devour all of existence, Sarah Prime, as the crew had collectively decided to call themselves, unleashed a full power of the Omega meme. Reality buckled. Memes from across time and space collided in a spectacular display of cosmic shitposting. Dad jokes achieved nuclear fusion. Puns bent the laws of physics. Cat videos rewrote the very fabric of space-time. The cringed singularity never stood a chance. As the wave of pure, concentrated human weirdness washed over the omniverse, something miraculous happened. The bland was made dank. The cringe ascended to god-tier shitposts. Every live, laugh, love sign transformed into a deep-fried, philosophical revelation. When the metaphorical dust settled, Sarah Prime found themselves floating in a sea of pure meme energy. The omniverse had been reborn, transformed into a playground of infinite creative potential. The Men Guardian approached, its form now a perfect fusion of every meme that had ever existed or ever would exist. Congratulations, Meme-sire, it said, its voice a chorus of every internet reaction sound ever created. You have achieved the omniversal meme singularity. Sarah Prime felt the power coursing through them, the ability to reshape reality with a thought, to create entire universes with a single shitpost. It was intoxicating, terrifying, and absurdly hilarious all at once. So what now? They asked, their voice a harmony of every Sarah across the multiverse. We've become the ultimate being of pure meme. We've saved reality itself. Where do we go from here? The Meme Guardian's form rippled with cosmic laughter. Now you get to do what humanity has always done best. Keep pushing boundaries, keep creating, keep finding new ways to express the inexpressible. You are the Meme-sire, the avatar of human creativity. Your journey is only beginning. And so Sarah Prime set out across the newly reborn omniverse, a being of pure human ingenuity and top-tier shitposting. They seeded new realities with a spark of imagination, taught elder gods the art of the perfectly timed, that's what she said, and turned the heat death of the universe into the sickest rave in cosmic history. Humanity had not just survived the multiversal meme apocalypse, they had become its architects, its guardians, its ever-evolving punchline. As Sarah Prime surfed the currents of infinite possibility, they couldn't help but laugh. It was all so beautifully, perfectly absurd. Humanity had taken its place among the cosmic forces of creation not through conquest or technological superiority, but by elevating shitposting to an art form. In the end, the greatest meme of all was humanity itself, a species so stubbornly creative, so chaotically innovative, that it had memed its way into godhood. And the omniverse would never stop laughing.